Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're working on the 64, and I'm going to show you some of the steps, some of the first steps to converting these trucks to big window. You're going to need this piece here. Okay, that's your inner cab piece. Now you can buy these new if you want to spend like 600 bucks. That one right there is cut out of that GMC parts truck over there and trimmed down. So what we're going to do is come over here, and we've done got this is kind of gridded out already with some tape. We've pulled the window out, and we're going to go inside here and we're going to cut along here to release these two cab panels, the outer and the inner, and we're going to cut out enough of this inner to where we can at least get this in there and get it marked. So that'll be that's some of the first steps right there. Okay, now y'all get an idea and kind of see the process. So we've got our new panel just kind of stuck in there for mock-up. It'll spot weld to the cab. Outlaw, say hi. Bevel back window. Here's our pieces we cut out. Yeah, this is kind of just stuck in there. Gravity holding it up. Yeah, anyway, so that's kind of where we're at with that. We got to clean this out, and I'm going to wire brush all that rusty stuff. But now we're going to go ahead and cut our outer skin out to the tape line, and that's going to leave a little much meat. We'll have to go back and trim, but I want too much. That way we have a little room for error. So we'll get to that next. Alright, there it is in its rude, hacked out stage. So we're cut out inside. We're cut out outside. Now we're going to come back tomorrow, trimming and fitting that. To get that where it needs to sit. And we'll tack it in place and move forward. Alrighty, we're back, and we're trimming up the inner cab panel. So what I do is I cut it in half, and I'm going to do the upper half and then the lower half to make it a little easier. I've got it clamped in place. What I'm going to do is mark. Got this where it needs to be, so I'm going to mark and trim out my upper. And then go ahead and get this. I'm going to screw it in place temporarily, and then I'll mark out the bottom and get it done. So let's get to work.
noose like an old man. He's got you thinking about your death and you are frightened. You can't refuse what the old man whispered to the preacher during the sermon. He's a saint to the fools of the old land, but we can see straight through the tricks that he is turning. He'll speak, but you gotta believe there's only trouble creeping through those teeth. There ain't no use for the slow man. He's just a killer dressed in other people's clothing. He'll fake a youth like approach them, coax you to the bottom of the basement. He'll speak, but you gotta believe it's only trouble creeping through those teeth. Howl, scream, but you just gotta see there's only trouble creeping through those teeth. But you gotta believe there's only trouble creeping through those teeth. Howl, scream, but you just gotta see there's only trouble creeping through those teeth. He'll speak, but you gotta believe there's only trouble creeping through those teeth. Howl, scream, but you just gotta see.
Okay, that's where we are today. The top half is screwed in. It's where it's going to stay. The bottom half is clamped in place. I've got it marked. I just got to go back and cut it, and then it'll be ready to weld in. And these were, someone hacked these out for speakers, so I'll have to cut a couple patches out and weld in those. But all in all, this thing's fitting pretty nice, and looks really good. Just ruined the value of my truck, but boy do I like it. Guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And that big window just looks sexy to me. Yeah. Alright, we'll come back tomorrow and trim this bottom one up and get it screwed in place, and then we'll be ready to weld. Alright everybody, welcome back. So we're gonna go out here and tack weld that piece in that cab. We've got it all cut, we've got it fit. I saved y'all the sorrows of going through all that cleaning process of that inner cab panel. I went ahead and cleaned that up, trimmed everything, we got it clamped in place. So let's go out and take a look at it. Oh, it's all clamped in, and that's where it's going to be. We're fixing to tack weld it up. While we're on here, Ray, if you're watching this, I'd like to thank you for this. It's a beautiful deluxe wheel. It'll really look gorgeous in the truck. Love this steering wheel. real sentimental to this steering wheel because my 66 that I started out driving when I was young had this wheel in it, so it's a sentimental thing, and that's the reason that I wanted it so bad. So thank you, sir. Thank you for that wheel if you're watching. I guess we'll get the generator fired up and here we go. Alright, we got it tacked in. We've got to take the screws out now and weld those in. Then we've got to build pieces here. We've got to build pieces for here. So I'll do that next, but I'm gonna grind some of this down, clean it up, and then go back and retack it. And keep doing that over and over. I'm not gonna video all that. It's pretty much gonna conclude the video. I will add a picture, or I'll make a small one, a small clip in when I'm done, but this pretty much concludes the video because y'all get the gist of it. This is not a how-to. Like I said, I don't make how-to videos. This is just how I done it. If you can pick something up and use it from that, go ahead. I hope you can. I'll go back and trim to put my glass in. Go back and trim this lip and clean it up. Make my pieces to fill in here and tack those in. Go back and tack everything in between the other tacks about 2 or 3 more times. Clean it off, glass it in. I'm gonna fiberglass it when I'm done with some long and strong, and then go back over it with some Bondo and feather it out, make it look good, spray it with primer, and call it a day. Right, everybody, finished up our fiberglass and Bondo work that we're going to do inside. I've got a little bit of sanding I need to touch up. I just sprayed some primer around the bare metal parts to seal that off. If y'all want to take a look at it, here it is. I've made my speaker pieces, or where they cut it out for speakers, I made pieces to fit back in there, and it's all, I took long and strong and went over the welds and then just bondoed it and blocked it a few times. Like I said, there's a little bit more sanding I want to do to finish that up on the inside. The outside's done. Now when we go to put the glass in this truck, since this wasn't a big window truck, we go to put the glass in here, we may have to trim this up a little bit because, you know, this lip may not be perfect. Inside is where it should be. But the outside may not be. So we, instead of cutting the glass, we want to trim this lip if that's what we have to do. So there it is. Probably what I'm going to do is take a piece of wood and make a template of my original glass, and then take this seal, put the wood in the seal and pop the seal in to test the fit before I try to put the window in. But all in all, there's our big window conversion. Everybody's got different opinions on it. Say whatever you will, but you can't say that don't look good. Yeah, we gotta clean up our area, put our glass in, and get the front sheet metal put on this, and get this thing ready for a test drive. So if y'all like what we're working on, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I want to thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for more progress on this one. See you next time.